Say, hey guys, it's Klaus. Welcome back to another episode. I got a question for you. Do you feel frustrated and inadequate? You knew I was going to ask, right? It's the title of the video. I mean, in general, do you feel frustrated and inadequate? And I know, I'm not talking to all you superstars out there, you know, that everything's great. I'm talking about the regular schmoes like me and you, most of you that are watching. You know, the regular guy, you out there. Like, do you feel frustrated and inadequate in your job? You know, your job is shit and you can't do anything right, or in bed with your wife, do you feel frustrated and inadequate? You know, and my question is, my second question, well, first answer the first question. I'll give you a minute to ponder that. Yeah, you're in bed with your wife. Imagine that. It's not like your imaginary fantasy of what it would be like with Sandra Bullock now, is it? We live in the real world, and most of us feel frustrated and inadequate. Of course, most of us do in one way or another, if we're honest. But here's my second question. Do you have to feel frustrated and inadequate in a fucking game as well? It's not enough to be frustrated and inadequate in life. You have to be frustrated and inadequate when you're playing a game. Yeah, well, and that's why I'm playing my Panther M10 now, a Tier 7 tank with preferential matchmaking that does not see anything above Tier 8. So the only thing I have to worry about is maybe running into the odd defender. Because I'll tell you, I played my Leopard Tier 9 a little bit, and I don't know, guys, about whether it's just me, but you get in a game now where you're facing Tier 9s and 10s, and this particular game, the enemy team had like a 9, 10, or 11 object, whatever the fucks. You know, those all those new Russian tanks, the heavily armored ones with the big guns that do lots of damage that my Leopard, when I shoot them, my commander says, we didn't even scratch them. That one bounced. Ricochet. You know, those ones. Yeah, what am I supposed to do in Himmelsdorf? There's 11 object what the fucks. I'm supposed to go brawl? Flank them? I try and drive around. I'm barely as fast in my Leopard as an IS-7. So, you know, screw that. I mean, I've got plenty of different situations in my life where I feel frustrated and inadequate. I don't want to have to endure that in a freaking game. So here I am in a Tier 7 tank that has no chance of meeting those things. Now, I'll give you some advice. There's plenty of options in this game. You don't have to be the guy that tries to rush out and get the new overpowered tank right away when it comes out, right? But basically, the way it works is, this is my advice. I'm going to kind of in a roundabout way explain it. You notice the new tanks just came out, and immediately the Tier 10s are on the battlefield. Immediately. And there's two types of people that have them, right? There's the Unicoms, the community contributors, and the guys that spend their whole life playing this game. That have saved up hundreds of thousands of free XP, and they have tons of gold. And as soon as the tanks come out, they just, you know, convert some free XP with the gold, and boom, they've got the Tier 10. Or they play for 11 hours straight, or whatever, and they've got the Tier 10 immediately. They put a crew with 5 skills in it, right? That's the first kind of person. And they already own all the other tanks in the game. The other kind is just, you know, whip out the wallet, buy 20,000 gold, convert a whole bunch of free XP that you've been saving up for the past 6 months, and voila, you own all the new Tier 10 object what the fucks, and you go out and play like a muppet and lower the standards so that the Unicoms can ace them immediately. But what if you're just a regular guy, a regular schmo, like me and you know, you watching this video wondering what to do? If you want to rush out and get the new object Tier 10, whatever the hell, it's going to take you a year to grind, because you've only got the Tier 7 now. You got to get the Tier 8, the Tier 9, the Tier 10, go through everything, play games. You only play 3 or 4 games a day, and eventually a year from now you'll own the object whatever the hell. Good luck. You know, if you're that guy, you probably a year ago today were looking at the game saying, boy, that T125 is sure overpowered. I think I'm going to grind my way to that. And by now you've reached the T32, right? So you're playing an American heavy tank with a Tier 7 gun versus these new tanks. Hopefully one day you'll get the T125 that's been nerfed. That's what you started a year ago. That sounds like fun, eh? Speaking of fun, let's just wedge this little prick up here. I'm ammo racked, of course, because I'm in a German tank, ammo racked twice. But we could still win this game. Isn't this fun? Huh? This is fun. This is what I call fun. Where are you going to go now, buddy? Huh? Have you been watching the game? I had a pretty good game there in my Panther M10. And I know there's a few of you out there right now thinking, oh, but Klaus, the T-32 is really good hull down. It has a really good turret. Well, who the fuck wants to know? Let's see if... Oh, there he is. There he is. How did he appear again? Oh, I guess my teammate spotted him. Do I get assist for this? Do I get wedging assist? I'm giving him a wedgie. Do I get wedgie assist? I guess not. Let's see how I did. How did I do? How did I do in this game? I avoided the tier 9 and 10s. I played my tier 7. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Yeah. Okay. That was pretty good. I'm even didn't want to be frustrated and inadequate in this game, so I pressed number 2, and I was able to play a tier 8 matchmaking game with a gun that has 190 or so pen by pressing number 2. So what I'm saying is, if you're a regular guy just trying to enjoy this game, there's other options. You don't have to go for the flavor of the month right away, because you'll never get it in time. And here I am. I tried some stronghold battles, tier 6, and I'm playing with the villain clan. Shout out to you guys! They were nice enough to let me in, and this is a treat. You get to play these things, and this... I'm going to keep ranting, and you watch this game because it's a treat. I suck, but these guys are sure as hell good. But what I'm saying is, if you're just a regular guy grinding his way slowly through this game, no premium tank, you know, the working man, and you want to, rush out there to try and get the object, what the fuck? You know, good luck. You're never going to make it. It's going to take you 8 months. You're going to grind your way through modules, playing stock, feeding your HP to all the Unicoms and Wallet Warriors that already have them. And then eventually, 8 months from now, you'll finally be rewarded with your tier 10 object, whatever the fuck, and you'll roll out. And by then, 8 months from now, there'll be a new tank introduced in the game, the IS Go Fuck Yourself, which will roll all over you because it'll be the new flavor of the month, and you will feel frustrated and inadequate all over again. And remember, this is a game. You're supposed to be trying to have fun in this, right? So if you want to feel frustrated and inadequate, go to work, right? Do some overtime. Go to bed early with your wife. That'll get you there. You'll feel frustrated and inadequate after that. If you're going to play this game, at least try and have some fun. All right, that's enough of a rant, isn't it? Have I made my point? And I'm dead in this game because, like I said, I suck. But I'm playing a stronghold battles with these players from Villain, and these guys, I mean, I don't think we lost a game. These guys are probably the best players that I've ever played with. And look at this now. This is the treat. Watch this. A Type 64 versus a Cromwell. Let's just watch, because we got to have some fun in this video, right? Who is this guy? This is Rockinfly from the Otter clan. Watch this. Just watch. Look at this. He's just... Look at this. Okay, is he going to win this game? Can he possibly win? Oh my god. Look at this. Driving, aiming. He's going to use the terrain now. Watch. Watch. He's just going to... Driving full speed. Just peek. Shoot. And get out of harm. Unbelievable. Who needs a tier 10 object, whatever the fuck, when you can have fun in this game at tier 6? Let's all shout out Rockinfly from the Otter clan and thank him for showing us that, yes, you can actually still have fun in this game. And guys, if you're a superstar or a Unicom, I apologize. You know, I'm sorry. You know, I'll even give you a participation ribbon if you leave a comment in the comment section. But for all the regular schmoes, the schleps, the regular guys like you and me, you know, who have plenty of opportunity to feel frustrated and inadequate in our regular lives, if you don't want that in the game, then just avoid tier 9 and 10 for a little while till all the hoopla blows off, you know, because this is a game and you should be trying to have fun, not just feeling frustrated and inadequate.